The experiences that one gets from all the days give one the personal feeling how that person lived the year. So what one experiences in a year is so vital that it can give that person a perennial source of strength and peace of mind, or on the contrary, can be his or her nightmare. So what decides what kind of experiences a person gets in a year? Is what you experience in your hands? How you experience a day depends on what you see as the most important factor for a day to be well lived. People see this on the basis of what is good and bad, easy and difficult, well treated or ill treated, easy day or a difficult day, rose day or a thorn day. They place importance on what happens to them on a day, whether a string of good things happen to them or a myriad of bad things happen to them that cause them to feel bad. In addition, they have the strong notion of expecting a day to happen exactly as how they have pictured it. Mostly this picture is too unrealistic. There is always a chance for disappointments when a day doesn't turn out to be what that person had in mind, even if the day was well spent. This is where people who seem to be poised and possess wonderful peace of mind differ significantly from the rest. They see this in the light of what they give, not how a day unfolds or what happens to them in a day. Don't focus on attaining a perfect day or even a good day. Rather focus on how good you feel, how good you are to others, and how good you do at your job, at your home, and at other places. Focus on what kind of efforts you put into the day. Focus on what comes out of you. Focus on what you give on that day, especially related to your dreams. A good day isn't completely in your control, but the things cited above are in your control. The feeling that you get after a day is over, and also while you are living the day, is very important for your inner growth. This feeling depends on what you think to be the factor for a day to be well spent. Let the factor be what you give on a day. What you feel about yourself and about how you have lived your day is vitally important. That is having control. But when you start expecting things that you think must happen in a day, you are giving away your control. When you react to things that happen in a day, you are again giving away your control. Don't perceive a day as something that happens to you in an assorted way, some bad days and some good days. That is looking at the world from an I do not have control over myself way. Do not think it's the day's duty to make you happy if it is to be a good day. When bad things happen, then we stamp that as a bad day. This is giving your control to the day instead of owning the day and controlling how you feel about the day. Say for instance, Monday morning you go to your office and your boss yells at you. You immediately mentally mark the day as bad and expect it to be that way or expect it to get worse. You start to give out those set of behaviors that you have developed for days that you consider as bad days. Sometimes a very pleasant experience happens the first thing in the morning. Now you have a tendency to name it as a good day, even if a few bad experiences surround it afterward. The Sutra. Let the day be whatever it is. Don't see a day in the light of good day or a bad day. Let whatever comes. Really let it. The problem is not when people expect a day to be a good day, but when they expect and their expectations don't get satisfied, they develop bad moods or negative mindsets or become upset and irritated. A day can be a day that brings you many challenges, or a day when people seem to want to fight with you or quarrel with you or humiliate you, or it can also be a day where you seem to breeze through your tasks just like that, or it can be a day when someone who loathes you smiles at you, or a day when you receive that inheritance from your uncle. Instead of judging a day upon what happens to you, assess a day depending upon what you put out. You can say to yourself, open quotes, "Today is a good day. Today 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 is a good day. To How I way I have lived a day doesn't depend upon what happens on that day, or on the results I get on the day, or even how people treat me, but on what I gave on the day. What kind of attitude went out of me? What kind of work went out from me? My colleagues or my friends or strangers or my family members may be rude or unkind to me, but the mindset I put out is what matters. The day may bring me the king of challenges, but again, if I put out the hard work and my best foot forward, that is what counts, nothing else. Close quotes. What goes out of you means what you focus on, how much effort you put on that day, what kind of outlook you wore on that day, how you treated people on the day, regardless of their bad treatment, how well you managed to focus on the positive things and didn't allow your past and your present to control you in the now, as discussed in the previous note. Even if you haven't done your best and know you haven't lived the day as best as you could have, still take it lightly. Say that you would live the next day better by giving everything in your stock. Have this, open quotes, you always have another chance, close quote, mindset. Never carry the guilt that springs from the feeling of underperformance on a day. Just get rid of it by taking it lightly. Remember, many days of waiting yet to come that can be used to sort out the challenge that have come your way today. Challenge which you see as the end of the road, or to get over with that heartbreaking experience that has happened to you. Whatever happens to you, never carry the end of the world feelings. Nothing is too big or too tragic to give up hope in this life. There aren't perfect or good or bad days. When you feel